Hey there, it's Lily back again with another video. So I'm actually in a cage right now, and I'm actually in front of a field, a softball, baseball field here. I was actually taking a walk, and it's super chilly. I'm not going to lie, it's like 40 degrees. This is like my third time recording this video because I forgot to turn my mic on. So don't be like me, you should do a sound check before anything. And I learned that, but today's video, I want to talk about how you should stop oversharing. And this is actually a very basic concept. I hope that people knew, but they actually don't. And most of the time, especially since everyone's on like social media and we're online, a lot of people overshare everything that they're doing about their life, even from what time they wake up, from the books they read, from what they eat. Like, we have this immense pressure to keep up with everyone and around us, when in reality 80% of the things that people do and we talk to don't really matter, and then the 10% actually do. And after I realized that, I really stopped oversharing, and also led to me kind of not being active on social media and really focusing on the places I really want to put my energy into. That could be YouTube and then real life kind of stuff for me. Um, I wanted to talk about why you should stop oversharing and how it could harm you. Number one, it could harm a lot of your relationships, and it actually can damage your relationships. So back in the day, I used to think that if I overshared and I shared everything about my life, who I was, the background I came from, people would generally find connection to me, and hopefully I would consider very authentic, or people hear me out and feel better about myself. But the truth is, a lot of people in this world aren't here to really support you. And there's a lot of people who listen to you and aren't looking for your best interests, especially if you're not safe or concerned or really aware of who you're sharing information to. You could be in a lot of trouble. And that's why I kind of preach a lot about creating boundaries, being really specific on the type of people you follow or who you are listening to, because those people who you surround yourself with and who you share your information with will constantly reflect back to you and also will influence your life. So if you're around people who aren't really doing very much of their life, the more likely you're going to be doing that. And the truth is, people are reflecting each other. People project each other. And so if you're sharing how insecure or sad about who you are, more likely they would just show that you are that. They will confirm that. But on the opposite scale, if you show that you're very positive, enthusiastic, and that you do great things, more likely people reflect that as well. And that's positive information. But the truth is, on top of that, whenever you are also working towards your goals, if you share it to the wrong person and your goals don't come to fruition, then those people will kind of bring negativity to remind you about the goals that you didn't make. Or they will try to reason you why you shouldn't be able to get there. The truth is, those people are also reflecting their insecurities on you and limiting you based on what they believe in themselves. And that can actually derail you and not motivate you from completing those goals. I'm not saying don't share your goals. I mean, share it to the right people who have the same mindset and mentality, who support you to those goals, right? That's common sense. But the truth is, sometimes people go and tell everything about their goals, everything that they really want to do. And people will constantly, if you don't live up to that, will remind you how you don't live up to that. And honestly, sometimes when you are barely starting goals that are brand new, or maybe you're changing, or you're very in a sensitive place, a growing place, you don't really want to be surrounded by that negativity. So it's really important to keep yourself protecting your energy and being careful who you share those dream goals, because you never know what happens, and those people will constantly also put that information back at you. um Anyways, I also tell people, like, you never know when the devil's listening, and FYI, the devil is listening all the time, all the time. And this kind of goes to my second point, is that your reputation is on the line. I don't know how many times I have met people who told me things that honestly I would never have thought they would do something like that. And for me, I'm a more slightly respectable, safe person. That's why a lot of people tell me these things. But honestly, after people hear something, you can't unhear it. Like they suddenly will start thinking of you a certain way. And the truth is, you never know when your reputation could be on the line. Sometimes the only thing people have is their reputation. That's why a lot of people care about reviews online, or what people think of other products or services, or why your friends' opinions really do matter, or who you do business with. Like your reputation is sometimes one of the most valuable assets that you can have over time. So if you had a reputation when you're maybe young that was really bad, it doesn't mean you can't change it and be a new person, but there's still a lot of people who will try to hold you as that old person. So I always tell people, protect your reputation, because your reputation sometimes is the only thing that you can hold yourself accountable when you're trying to open new doors. So, and it's really hard to clean up your reputation after the damage has been done. So, especially young people right now, if you're watching this and you're young, maybe in your early 20s or teens, like this is a really great key to keep yourself as a pretty private for yourself, right? So you can be safe, but also that it doesn't block you for future goals, which is really hard to tell people that when it's really not fair, to be honest, to be judged when you're really younger or you make mistakes because people do, but that's the world that we live in. And I wish I could change it all, but I don't make the rules here. I just live here. Okay. So the next part is privacy. And I think this is more important the older you get, or if you are a very charismatic, attractive person. So, for the longest time ever, I had a lot of people super interested in my life for some particular reason. Maybe I was interesting, maybe I was fun, I was attractive, stuff like that. I don't know, X, Y, and Z. But these people would constantly ask me what I was up to. And sometimes because I was a little bit like naive, I would tell them. And they would use that, of course, that information against me, or they would try to get more out of me so they can get something out of me. So the truth is that the more you know about a person, the more you're able to predict and actually judge them on what they're trying to do. Or on top of that, they would use that to get something from you. And so what happens is that if you're not good at establishing boundaries, if you're a very charismatic person or you're powerful or maybe you're successful, the more likely people would take advantage of you, and they're not really genuine people. And so I used to constantly be bombarded by people calling me, finding me places, searching for me for no particular reason, just to be associated with me, so they can get something out of something. But I gotta say, the more private you are and the more secretive or mysterious you are, the more attractive you actually become. So not only when you're a very private and very secretive person, people just they want to know about you. They just want to know. And sometimes not everyone deserves to know who you really are. They can know some layers of you, right? But I want to remind you, not everyone deserves to be in your space. Not everyone deserves to be in your energy and your network, even no matter what level you in, because the truth is, the more curated and specific people you have in your group, the better off you'll be. The last part I wanted to share is that honestly, at the end of the day, because you're a private person and you don't tell people a lot about yourself, and you keep yourself pretty quiet and you kind of roam in silence, no matter how cheesy that sounds, you have just so much more peace. After I dropped off of social media and maybe became inactive or stopped talking to certain people or showing up certain places, the more peace I started to receive in my life. Like things are just so much more simpler. Like I don't have to keep up with people who I truly don't care, and I don't have to keep up with lifestyles and hobbies or whatever is going on in the world. Like I can be in my space doing what I really need to do. and putting in my energy in places that help me live a good life. So peace out of is literally priceless. I don't know how much I would pay for that, but honestly, peace is just something that a lot of people will constantly look for their life. So it's something it's very difficult to trade or find. Um, the last part is that I hope this video doesn't discourage you to find genuine connections, to share to people who are right. I hope this video doesn't discourage you to not be open or, like encourage you to go live in like a hermit mode and be on your own. I'm not promoting that. I don't think you should live the 100% loner life and go clothe yourself and live that kind of deal. I don't think that's true. I think that you should learn to be deciphering who would be in your space. You should learn to be moving in silence so your goals will come in rotation, and there will be a time and space to share that information. I hope that makes sense, but I hope you enjoy this video. And I'm going to get back to my walk. It's chilly, but it's a beautiful day. I hope to see you guys next time. Until next time.